you can meet a CEO of a company on like on daily basis. You can go to a restaurant and then there's a CEO sitting there eating. He can even invite you to come to his table. Or like a foreigner, come
Yeah.
like, come and join our table, come and drink with us, come and eat with us. So there are a lot of opportunities in China.
Why you like that one, Jim? Welcome back to my channel. Very soon, I'll be introducing my guest to share his experiences in China. If it's something you like to watch, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hi!
Hey, Masi,
Welcome to my channel.
thank you very much.
Hmm.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Yes. Okay. Do you mind introducing yourself to my audience?
Sure. Okay, so my name is Paul Coffey. I'm from
Mm,
Ghana, and I've been living in China for close to 8 years now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, Paul,
Hmm.
in my previous video, okay, so you mentioned that you were working in China. Okay, so I want to ask, um, I've heard that it's not easy for foreigners to, work here in China. You even mentioned it. Okay, so how difficult or how easy was it for you to, get into the work or the job you're doing now?
Now, currently, or you mean when I was schooling?
The one you're doing currently.
Okay, so cool. So, post COVID, right? I was in Ghana. I told you I was doing Chinese translation, and
Mm,
then I had a friend. It's crazy. He's a very good guy, very good friend to me. He was like, "All right, cool. So I've gotten a gig like international sales that I'd
mm,
like to introduce you to if you want to do it." So I applied. I had two interviews, and then I passed. And then I came to China again in 2023.
mm,
Okay, so the company did the visa for me, everything, and I came. I started working. The first company that I was working with, we were selling fiber laser cutting machines, plasma
mm,
machines, and some spare parts. Okay, so these are heavy industrial machines,
mm,
right? And I was supposed to make a target. I was supposed to sell like my sales target was 100,000 RMB a month.
mm.
Okay, because one machine was about 35,000 RMB and all that, but it wasn't easy to sell.
Yeah.
Okay, it wasn't easy to sell. I sold machines. I sold a few cutting machines, but I wasn't hitting my target for 4 months. And then the boss was like, he's gonna let me go because we have a target. I
Mm,
wasn't hitting my target. So yeah. So I was devastated. I was broken. I was like, oh my God, am I gonna go to Ghana again? I just needed Jesus to come through for me this point.
mm, mm,
And I was just there thinking, praying, and then I got another offer. But this was a medical company because since I
mm,
was already in the sales field,
mm,
right? And so I went into that company, and then that company was pretty good. I wasn't making much money, but then the experience that I had there was very, very nice. You
mm,
know, since I was also in international sales, we're traveling around the world, meeting
mm,
clients, making customers, and all that. Yeah, so I think I went to like 4 or 5 countries from that company. Paid trips. They do your visa for you. You get to travel
mm.
around. You get
Yeah.
to meet people. Like, I mean, the experience was sweet.
Mm,
It was really nice. Traveling around, making customers and all that. Yeah, but then I started having issues with my manager. She was trying to push me so hard, and she was kind of jealous of me and trying to disrespect me in some way because the boss liked me so much.
mm,
But she was my manager, and she was like, "Why would this like somebody who is under me be getting some kind of treatment?"
mm,
So she was trying to be so hard on me.
mm.
You know,
Was she
so
a
I didn't really
Chinese?
like it. And of course, the Chinese.
Okay.
Yeah, she was a Chinese. And yeah, so I didn't really like how she was going about the whole thing. And I told the boss that I wanted to resign. The boss didn't want to let me go. He was like, "All right, if it's about money, I'm going to increase your salary." And I was like, "Yeah," but then like my heart wasn't there no more. My heart wasn't there no more. Although the city that I was a very nice city. There were foreigners around. Way High. I think you've heard of it before,
Yeah,
right?
I've heard
Shandong
of
Way
the
High.
place. Yeah.
Yes, it was a very nice city, and then the people they were pretty okay. And the company, like my colleagues, everything was going well till my manager started bullshitting with me. And I was like, nah, I'm not gonna stay here again. So we went to US for a meeting. So when we came from the States, and that's when the treatment became more like crazy. I was like, I
Mm.
won't sit here for all this, and I wanted to resign. But you needed to get a job before you resign, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just had to succumb with all the ill treatment being being shown to me and all that, you know. So when I got a job finally, I had a friend who had a training center, right? And with
Mm-hmm.
my experience in teaching, I was working with him before
Yeah.
when I was a student.
Mm.
Okay, so now he opened a bigger training center, an English training center. And he
Yeah.
was like, Paul, like I needed to come here and work for me. And like, how much are you getting right now? I'm gonna double your salary. I was like, all right, cool, that's sweet. If I double my salary, then I would come.
Mm.
So I had to talk to my boss again. He was like, nah, he's not gonna let me go. I was like, Jesus, what's all this? I was like, yeah. I mean, it took us a whole month
Mm-hmm.
for him to actually decide to let me go.
Wow.
Month. We were up and down, back and forth with it, and then he was like, all right, cool. If you really want to go, I cannot keep you here no longer.
Yeah.
You just know that you can go, but if ever you decide to come back, there will
You're
be an
welcome.
open door for you.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I was like, okay, cool. Let's see how it goes then. So he had to do the release letter for me, cancel the visa, and I had to get a T visa, and I started working on the new visa from the new company, right?
Mm.
So now I had to come back into the teaching field. And the teaching field is something that I like because you get to interact with students, and then the students sometimes are very interesting,
Mm.
you know, and like for you making an impact on people's lives, teaching them English, I think is a nice experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, so far so good. I've been here close to a year, and it's been an amazing experience. It's not
Mm.
bad at all. It's not
Mm.
bad at all. So now I left the sales and marketing field to the teaching field right now. So what I'm doing currently is I'm teaching English to little children, and
Mm.
it's a nice experience. I like it.
Mm.
I
Yeah.
like it. And then the money
Okay.
is also okay. I'm comfortable
Mm.
here. Yeah, it's not
Okay.
bad.
Mm.
It's not
Okay.
bad. My boss
Yeah.
is also very kind to me. So
Mm. Okay. So you mentioned earlier that your first job helped you to get the work visa. So is it that you got your work visa from Ghana, or how
of
did you
course,
do that?
of course,
Okay.
of course,
Okay.
yeah. So I had to apply, right? I applied for
Mm.
it. And then I did the interview. When I passed the interview, so I had to send them my certificates, my documents, and all that.
Mm.
And they
Mm.
started preparing the visa from here, from China, right? So when the invite was done, they sent it to me in Ghana, and I had to apply for the work visa, the company Z visa, category B,
Mm.
right?
Mm.
So they did that. They sent me the documents, and I applied for the work visa, and I came into China. So I
Mm.
actually came this time around with a work visa, yeah, and it's the same work visa that I'm using right now.
No. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So apart
So
from
when you go to
the
another company,
sorry.
yeah.
Continue.
So when you want to go to another company, you need to resign from your current company. They will cancel the visa. You take a T visa, and then you reapply for the next
Mm.
company because you
Okay.
know the laws of China. When your visa is from company A, you need to work in company A. You
Yeah.
understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is how it is like.
Mm. Okay. So apart
Yeah.
from the fact that you speak Chinese very well, what other
Mhm.
qualifications did you need in order to, secure these jobs?
Oh, you just need your first degree. You
Oh,
just you
okay.
just need your first degree, and then that is the most important thing, your first degree.
Mm.
And then
Mm.
the thing with this sales job is that okay, you need to be able to talk to people, clients, convince them to buy your
Mm.
product. That's
Mm.
it.
Mm.
You send messages, you send emails, you do follow up calls. When they place an order, you just do a PI, a pro forma invoice. You send it to them. When the money is paid, you arrange shipping for them. You check on the shipping. When it arrives, you confirm with the client. The client picks up the goods, and then you do after sales reports. And then that's all. Sales is pretty simple. All
Yeah, okay.
right.
Mm.
Sales is pretty simple, but it can be stressful because sometimes you would have target. You need to meet your target.
Yeah.
All right. And when you're not meeting your target, that is when your boss starts giving you pressure.
Mm.
All right. start giving
mm,
pressure because I mean, yeah, in every if you have a sales like whatever degree like you have, and I don't think it really matters once you can be able to convince people to buy your product. And there are people who are already looking for your product. You just need
yeah,
to arrange. Yeah, you just need to explain to them what your product is like, what it can
mm,
do, and then when they place an order, you arrange shipping for them. That's it.
mm, okay,
You
okay,
know,
okay, okay,
yeah. So it's
yeah,
not so complex.
mm,
It's
yeah,
not so complex. Yeah.
mm,
But it's kind of stressful because if
stressful.
you have a very big company that is very like international, you need to do a lot of traveling. There
Mm,
was one time that we had to I did 3 countries in 1 month. Can you imagine? Like from
wow.
Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia. Like you're just traveling back to back. When we
Mm.
came back, I have to fly to US. 14 hours in a flight. Can you imagine? I wanted to go crazy. Like I mean,
Mm,
that was the longest flight I ever had.
mm,
Because normally we do a lot of transit and all that. But
yeah.
flying 14 hours straight, it can make you go crazy. Yeah. So it was like that. Sales is not pretty difficult, but when there's a lot of pressure, because there are times that you're talking to 5 clients at the same time. You
Mm,
cannot keep a client waiting. You are typing and texting to this person, telling him, okay, this. All right, can you check this for me? And then there are clients who ask a lot of questions and then they don't even buy. You need to be able to attend to all your customers because you don't even have one customer, you have a lot of
mm,
customers.
mm,
There are times that you're even chatting with clients in the night because of time difference. You don't get to speak to some clients in the daytime of China, right? When you go home, you're in your bed, you are still texting and talking to clients.
mm,
So the sales job can
yeah.
be pretty demanding
Mm,
sometimes.
yeah.
That is why I just thought, come on, why don't I just enter the teaching field again? It's pretty simple. You take the kids, you go home, that's it.
Mm,
You
okay.
know, you
Yeah.
don't need to follow up again and blah blah blah. Yeah,
Mm, yeah. Okay.
so yeah, that's it.
Mm. And with the teaching job, okay, I have taught kids before,
Mhm.
and there were instances where um you came into contact with some of the parents, and then maybe they didn't like you because of your color, and then later on the
Mhm.
school would, tell you they can't work with you. Have you had any such experiences where, parents came and they wanted a white person to teach their kids instead of a black person?
No, people tell me about this experience, but I've never had anything like this before.
Mm, mm,
Probably it's because of the city that I was in. It's not really a big city, you know. And then normally when people look at me, they feel I'm some American or something
mm,
like that. So I just feel they don't really. And then like there's one thing about me, the kids like me. Anytime I go to the class, the kids always like, some of the kids
mm,
always go home and talk about me.
yeah.
They keep talking about me and all that. So like I'm blessed in that part. People do not really say we want a white skin and all that. Although there'll be funny comments passed. Like, hey, why are you so black? Why, Ani Hypama, are you scared of the teacher? Like, silly comments. Like, are you scared of the teacher? Like, I was like, and sometimes I'm like, come on, I'm just a human being like you. I'm just black skin, but I mean, I'm just like you. All
Mm,
right. So sometimes I try to educate the kids that, like, listen, I'm just somebody who has a different color, and I'm from a different country. But I mean, we're all the same people. Okay. Yeah. So my class is mostly fun. So I've not really had any parents who say they want a white teacher. Okay. And then probably these things will happen in bigger cities,
yeah.
very busy, where the parents pay a lot.
Mm,
Where the parents pay a lot for the, and then when the school is so international.
mm,
But my school is just a small training center. It's not bad. So the people are even fascinated by my black skin already.
yeah.
So you're right. So,
Yeah.
and then they also see the results. When I take the kids, they see the results. So, I mean, why
Mm.
would you say you want a white teacher? Can you afford one? Take your kid away if you don't want to. Yeah, that's what we have. Yeah, my
Yeah.
boss is going to tell you this is our best teacher here right now.
Mm.
If you don't want it, you're free to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've never had anything like that before. No, 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 no,
Mm.
no,
Mm. Mm.
nothing like
Okay.
that. Yeah. Have you
Okay.
experienced that before?
Yes.
In
Yes.
Nanjing or
Yes.
where?
In Nanjing. Yes. Yes.
So they had to
I
let you
even
go.
lost I even lost my yes, I had to lose my job. And it's not like I don't even know where they are from. I think they are from Turkey. And I speak better English than them. I teach better, but
Of
because of
course,
the
that's the
skin color.
thing.
Yeah, because of the skin color. Yeah. So
Yeah,
I remember even the
yeah.
owner of the place telling me he doesn't like it when I teach. You know, these are kids who are learning to speak
Oh
English,
wow.
right? Yeah. So you have to, incorporate some videos and stuff. Even we, those who did masters, sometimes are Laotians teachers with videos. So how much more kids who, do not understand the language you are trying to teach them? This guy came to me and told me I shouldn't use videos. Okay. I argued with him
It was a
and
kindy
he
or what?
was like, "Hmm, these are kids going to junior high school. Okay. Yeah. And then what even happened? But my colleagues from other countries, they have, videos they work with and no one complains.
So when, if he didn't like you, why did he hire you in the first place? This is really
I don't
confusing.
know. I don't
So
know.
even it
I
was
don't know.
not even the parents complaining. It
No,
was not even the
no.
parents complaining, but he
No,
didn't really like you
no,
like
no.
that.
And even the kids complained
Oh,
about the other teachers. Okay. Yeah. And he even told me at a
okay.
point that these teachers had more experience than I did. And the funny thing is, these teachers are, are students who are now doing their undergraduate. And mind you, I was then almost done with my master's. And he told me they have experience.
They do
What kind
not
of
look at that.
experience? What kind
Yeah,
of experience?
they do
But
not look at
anyway,
that.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it's all part of it. Okay. Yeah. And guys,
Okay.
so like Paul mentioned earlier, if you've been following our discussion, okay, it's not as if there are no jobs in China, but they are very limited. Okay. They are very, very, very limited. Okay. And even if they were not limited, like he said earlier, he has mentioned that they are for certain, groups of people. Okay. Some of us are just lucky to have been or to have gotten these jobs. Okay. Yeah. So it's not as if there are no jobs in China for foreigners at all, but the jobs are limited. Okay. So that's all we are trying to say here. Okay. Yeah. And so don't think you are coming from your country or well, you're coming from Ghana to come and work here. You'll be surprised to know that you won't find a job, okay, because of the
Yeah.
limited, jobs for foreigners
Opportunities.
here. Yes, yes, in China. So that's it. Okay. Um.
Yeah, Mama. See,
Mhm.
sorry. Can I come in here? I just want to say
Yeah, you
something to
can. You can.
your
Mm,
viewers. So
mm,
the thing is that China, okay, although there are limited opportunities for jobs,
mm,
but then there are a lot of opportunities also in China. All right.
yeah.
There are a lot of opportunities. So, I mean, if you really want to come to China, I would advise that you can come to the school route. All
Mm-hmm,
right. You
mm-hmm,
can
mm-hmm.
try and
It's
come
the
in
best
school here
actually.
and
Yeah.
just get to study the system, see what you can do. Okay. China is really open for business. There's a lot of
Mm-hmm,
business you can
mm-hmm.
do.
Yeah.
You can buy things from China and sell in your country. You can even get to interact with CEOs, people who have
Mm,
companies. You see how China is like. You can meet a CEO of a company on like on daily basis. You can go
mm-hmm,
to a
mm-hmm.
restaurant and then there's a CEO sitting there eating. He can even invite you to come to his table. Or like a foreigner, come
Yeah.
like come and join our table. Come and drink with us. Come and eat with us. So there are a lot of opportunities in China. All right, but you need to come here. Like, I mean, I would advise that if you
Mm-hmm.
want to come to China, you can come in with a student route, school here, get to study the system and see what opportunities you can also create for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, I have friends here who are just singing, going around
Mm-hmm.
singing in clubs and
Mm-hmm.
bars,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and they are making good money. I have people
Yeah.
who are just dancing in TV and things like that, and they are making money. All right.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of opportunities. All right. A lot of opportunities here, but you need to explore it for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But what is really common is teaching English and working in a company,
Mm-hmm.
okay, in a manufacturing company that does international sales. Yeah, that is
Yeah.
that is what is really common. Yeah, yeah. But you can also open your own company. You can do
Yeah.
logistics. You can buy things and sell in your country. You know, you can sing, you can rap, you can even have a TikTok channel and you can make money. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. So I think your viewers need to know that too. You know, you can come
Mm.
into the country. China is nice. Just come and
Yeah.
see for yourself and see what you can do here. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, you can
For
come.
real.
Yeah, yeah,
And I
yeah.
think
Everyone
anybody
can
who
come.
comes to China won't really regret it. Yeah, but you need to
Yeah,
come and just see for yourself, right? See
yeah.
if it's worth it or not. You understand? Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm,
All right.
okay, Paul. Thanks for
Yeah.
sharing your work experience in China with us.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
okay.
You're welcome.
Okay,
So
Paul.
yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed my time with you. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
you shared a
Same
lot
here. Same here.
with us. Yes, you shared a lot
Yeah.
with us, and I'm
Yeah.
very, very
Yeah.
grateful. Yeah. Um,
Okay.
guys, if you enjoyed
It's
watching,
okay.
don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.